Are you doing tons of cardio and eating low calories and your weight loss is stalled? Watch this.
Last question is Ryan from Wisconsin.
What's up, Ryan? How can we help you?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good.
So, a simple question is, what do you do when the numbers are not making sense? What I mean by that is my journey. I've been an athlete my entire life. About 8 years ago, I went from 340 pounds down to about 255 pounds. And then about a year after that, we had our third child, put on about 35 more pounds of that. And then that's just a little backstory. 2 years ago, started working out with a trainer again. I work out with a trainer 3 times a week. I do cardio usually 30 to 45 minutes before my weight training session with my trainer. And then I try to do another 30 to 45 minutes, an additional 2 times a week. I also work with a nutritionist. We've even interjected a chef who's preparing all of our lunches, all of our dinners. And my calorie intake right now is right around 1,900 to 2,100 calories a day. Just recently, within the last week, and after I was listening to a lot more of you guys, bumping up more, adding another weight training session, adding another 50 grams of protein. So trying to get around that 200 to 220. But I've only lost 15 pounds in the last year and only 25 pounds in the last 2 years in total. So I feel like the results are not quite matching, the effort put in.
Well, Ryan, the numbers do make sense, bro. That's way too low calories, man.
What's your body weight
for
right now?
The activity that you got going on too.
Yeah. What do you weigh right now?
268.
Yeah. That's like a bikini competitor, bro. You're a big ass dude. That's like I wouldn't want you at. I don't know if I'd ever want you to cut down to even 2,000 calories. The goal would be, and you're training as much as you're training plus doing the cardio you're doing. The reason why it's what's happening to you, you're stalling out. Your body needs to be fed more, wants more calories for all the work you're doing. I definitely would put you on a reverse diet right now and increase caloric intake for a while and kind of go on a bulk and get to a place where we're eating more like 2,800, 3,000 plus calories before I reverse you or before I cut you back down the other direction.
Yeah, in the process, you're focusing on building strength. And so what this should look like, Ryan, is over that process is that the scale shouldn't move much. So you're slowly increasing calories. The scale is going to stay relatively stable. You're a lot stronger in the gym. So the weight training, you're really seeing results with the weight training. And then when you get the calories up to where Adam said, then you can cut from there and then you should start to see your body respond. Because right now you're stuck at this point where you're going to work out more and cut your calories even more. I mean, is that the direction you want to go? We get you down to 1,500 calories and then get you down to 1,200 calories. Like obviously that's going to be impossible to maintain. So we got to reverse and focus on building muscle and speeding up your metabolism a bit before we cut again.
Yeah, for sure. That's not sustainable to cut any further. And that's I'm comfortable, at least I have been, with the calories I'm eating. I'm not comfortable with the progress that I've been not seeing. Yeah. I have converted, I was over 40% body fat when I started, just measured last week. I'm at 27. So I've converted a lot to muscle. But still just obviously retaining it all in the torso area. And that's where I like most other people would like to lose it.
Yeah. How tall are you?
6'2".
All right. What sport did you play?
Football.
Yeah. So, athletes can be challenging because they tend to try to outwork everything.
So hammer your way through it. Yep.
Yeah. So it's like, it's not working, throw more. It's not working, throw more. You got a lot of muscle on your body. Holy cow. You've got some good muscle, but your body's learning to become very efficient with the type of training and the type of calories you're consuming. Your body is really doing a good job at becoming efficient, there's nothing wrong with that. It's supposed to do that, but you can't keep going in this direction because, you can see, right? Like, okay, you're going to cut 500 more calories. That might result in another, 5 to 10 pounds of weight loss. You'll plateau again. Mm-hmm. And then what do? Go down to the 500. Now you're down to 1,000 calories.
What's your trainer saying to you right now?
Yeah, so he's on board with adding more strength in, backing off on the cardio. He and I have had that conversation a lot about strength versus cardio. And he says, Ryan, neither one of them is bad. Usually when people say only do strength training, it's because they don't have the time to do both. he's like, if you can incorporate both, that's at least what he recommends. And that's been a little bit of the frustrating piece is, we have the trainer, the nutritionist, the chef, and all these people involved, and doctors even. I've gone to Mayo Clinic and had physicals done, and saying, hey, this is the issue. The math doesn't make sense. I'm putting in all this effort, and I understand where you're coming from as a former athlete. It's like, train harder, go harder. It's eventually got to work, and it's just not working.
I would do this. I would
put them on Maps Anabolic 3 times a week.
I'd make you strong. If you were my client, I'd be like, let's see how strong we can get you without the scale moving too much. Let's reverse diet you. Let's get you off or reduce that type of cardio that you're doing, and instead incorporate more walking. Because cardio, there's nothing wrong with cardio. It's healthy for you. But right now, because we're trying to speed up your metabolism, it is sending a bit of a conflicting signal. That's the only thing. Because
especially that low calorie, Sal.
Yeah.
So you got to understand this too. If you are doing cardio while you are fed, that's one thing. But doing cardio and only eating 1,900 calories for the amount of muscle you have on your body is telling you exactly what it should tell you, which is fuck you. Feed me, bro. Feed me. You're pushing me, and you're only feeding me this much. Like, I'm going to adapt and get used to it because I can't. This is not what I want, and so it's revolting against you right now. So I would completely cut out the cardio before the lifting for sure, because the goal is to build strength, and that would cut into that. I don't want to do that at all. And then the other places that you were doing traditional cardio, I would still walk. I would still move. Power walking is okay, but not intense hard cardio. And then I would reduce the probably amount of days a week you're lifting down to like a 3-day a week full body like Maps Anabolic.
Well, here's where you kind of also have to reprogram your brain. Like, you're doing a great job getting in shape, but this is a body compositional goal you have. This is a different pursuit that you're looking at right now. So
such a good point.
You have to look at it completely differently and be open to a completely different formula. I don't think this is the path. Right? This is the one that you used to do all the time. I completely relate. So, I could just grind my way. I could go to the gym. I could bust, I could burn calories, the best of them. But in terms of getting my body to form and shape the way I wanted, that's not the formula for this.
Yeah. I would.
That's right.
Yeah. Sorry. Let's try and reverse you up to 3,000 at least calories, and then cut from there. I think, and really see how much strength we can build.
How would you recommend adding those? All in protein, or kind of a mixture between just
definitely protein, because you're definitely more protein because you're on the lower end of protein anyway. So I would push mostly protein, and then I would split the difference on fats and carbs and see what you like better on there. I mean, really,
you're 265. You said your body weight.
Yeah.
How many grams of protein you're eating a day again?
Up until last week, probably around 150. This past 10 days, it's around 200.
Yeah, 200 is good. I would go up to 230, 220, 230. And then and that'll be the first reverse diet portion. And then from there, you could add more fats and carbs if you don't want to add more protein.
Yeah, honestly, that's a good start right now. And you won't see a big, you won't see a fat loss gain by doing this. So since we're telling you to switch over to a Maps Anabolic, that means we're cutting back on your calorie burn on lifting weights. We're cutting back on your calorie burn in the cardio by you increasing just protein. That might be enough to already start to send you in the reverse direction and building some muscle. And then we could add more calories after that. What do you think?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Look at it this way. Okay. You're in a position where you're like, okay, this doesn't make any sense. My body's not budging. In order for me to get my body to budge, based off of what I've been doing, that would mean I'd have to cut my calories more or work out even more. And we know where that ends. Okay. We know what the end of that looks like. And it doesn't seem sustainable. So the goal is, let's get your metabolism to do more work for you. Not you do more work, but your metabolism do more work for you. So this is going to take a little bit of time and investment in getting the metabolism to respond in the direction that we want. That means you have to feed it more, focus on building more muscle. That's the most effective way to do that.
I want to send Maps Anabolic to you, and I also want to give you access to our private forum so we can check in with you. So
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I would love to hear you go through this process. And I would say the first month, the goal is to bump the protein, reduce all the cardio activity, drop in and run Maps Anabolic, which is a 3 time a week full body routine, and then trigger sessions on the off days. Follow the trigger sessions like they're designed, and stay in touch with us. We're in that forum. Let us know how you're feeling. There's going to come a moment, by the way, this happens to my athletes always, okay, is you're going to feel like you're not doing enough. You're going to be like, I'm not doing enough. And then the next battle you're going to have is going to be the psychological warfare. The old school mentality that you could throw the shoulder pads on, go fucking hammer it out and work your way through this goal. That's like Justin said, body composition is different than becoming a badass on the field or becoming a badass athlete. It's a total different game. And so you're going to be challenged with that. And so we're going to be there to hopefully support you. So make sure you're talking to us in that form as you go through, because that's your next challenge coming.
So, and you're doing like 5 days a week of cardio, about 35 to 40 minutes. You know, if you got rid of that and just did maybe 12 or 13 minute walks after breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that's it. So after breakfast, lunch, and dinner, go to do 10 to 15 minute walk. So that's like 30 to 45 minutes a day of walking. That's a wonderful trade. And I think the walking is going to serve you better for this particular goal right now, which is to speed up your metabolism.
Which, by the way, doesn't mean we won't reintroduce cardio down the road. But right now, when we're trying to rebuild the metabolism, because here's an area where like a trainer, like I can tell this trainer is going to be this way because he's already told you that. Yeah. The only reason why someone wouldn't do cardio is because they don't have the time. That's not true. If I'm trying to build a metabolism up right now and my client was eating as low of calories as you are, also adding cardio to that is not benefiting their metabolism. It's just not. That's not advantageous to speeding your metabolism up. It's the complete opposite signal that we're sending. Low calorie, lots of activity does not make my metabolism faster. What will make the metabolism faster is sending a signal to the body to build more muscle and feeding it the calories it needs to actually do that and build muscle. That's what we want to focus on now. When we get you to a place where you feel really good, you're eating lots of calories, then we go, okay, now let's start to reintroduce this cardio back in.
And the walking 3 times a day, 10 to 15 minutes, which, equates to, between 30 to 45 minutes a day of walking, because it's broken up, because it's post-prandial, right? Post-meal, you're going to get hormonal benefits. So it's going to manage your insulin levels, your blood sugar levels better.
Active recovery.
It's active recovery because it's broken up. It's not sending as loud of a, build endurance, become more efficient signal. So if you tell your trainer that, I'm sure they won't even argue. Just say, hey, look, instead of doing this structured cardio, I'm going to walk three times a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it'll be the same amount of time.
Maybe, because he's having him do cardio before he weight trains.
I was going to say
that's kind of an old school mentality of, get him into the fat burning zone before he lifts weights so that he's burning fat the entire workout. And so if he kind of was that the thought?
And to be fair, he's not telling me to do. It's more of like that's what I've always done. Run. And you guys tell me to cut out cardio. I don't have any problem with that. I fucking hate cardio. And so when I do cardio, I'm 265 pounds, so that's a ton of pounding on the joints. So I like to do hill walks and bike and all sorts of stuff besides running a lot. Yeah, so a lot of intervals.
3 walks a day after breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I swear you're gonna love that. Yeah. That you'll love. Yeah. And then lift.
It'll be more enjoyable and it'll benefit your body.
Yeah, and go lift and get strong. We'll send you maps anabolic. You're gonna be in the private forum. And let's reverse diet you. Let's keep in contact. I want to see how this works out. By the way, all of us have worked with clients in much, much more challenging positions in the similar context.
Yeah.
And have seen tremendous. I had a female client who was doing 7 days a week of cardio, twice a day lifting, which was going crazy. Her calories are 1,200. I got her to lifting 3 days a week, 2 days a week of cardio, and I got her calories from 1,200 to 2,200 calories. This was over the course of, I think, 8 months. And she got leaner. So that's just one example. So you're going to do totally fine. You just have to approach it the right way.
No, I appreciate it, guys. And you mentioned hormonal, but I've already gone down that road too. So I've tried to lift up everything under the carpet to see what's going on. And, I appreciate it. Sounds like at least it's not going to hurt anything. Might as well try it and see what kind of results we get.
Yeah, you got it, Ryan. Stay in touch with us, Ryan.
Trust process. Right. You got it.
Thank you.
Thanks, brothers. Appreciate it.
No problem. That's a frustrating position to be in.
Yeah.
How many times have you had somebody
doing everything?
And it's like, and look, if you don't know what's going on, if you don't understand the process, that is so frustrating because it's not like, look, you could be not getting results, not losing weight and be like, yeah, my diet's crap. Yeah, I'm not working out. Okay, this makes sense. But if you're working out, you're tracking, you're training, you're looking at your food intake, you're looking at your workouts. This guy's hiring a trainer. He's got someone making his meals for him. you're looking at it, you're like, what is going on? This doesn't make it so frustrating. But it's literally his body is doing what it's being asked. So it's not like he's got a broken body. It's doing exactly what he's asking it to, which is to become efficient.
How many more people do you think that we have to help like this to get the fucking message across to people of why we talk about cardio the way we talk about cardio?
Exactly.
It's like I'm so over this debate and argument with people. It's like this is actually very common. It happened, and now in athletes too, especially because athletes want to work, like Justin's point, want to work everything off and burn the calories like crazy. But this would happen to most of my clients because we are taught, if you want to lose fat, go run, burn calories,
Eat less,
eat better. And so you go from one side of not doing any of that shit and eating like trash to eating really good, and which means way lower calories than what you were before, and increasing all this cardio. And then you eventually get to a place. By the way, it works initially. Right. You see the results. Obviously, making a change like that
seems like it's as easy as a math problem,
right?
But until the math problem doesn't work.
That's
anymore.
right. Until you hit, just like what he's hitting, like, man, the math isn't adding up. Well, actually, the math is adding up. It's doing exactly what you're telling your body. But that's the problem, is that everybody gets caught up in this, like, oh, I'll just run more, I'll eat less. It's like, well, eventually you run out of runway, and then what the fuck do you do?
It's because people do not consider the
body adapts, man.
The body's ability to adapt and change. And your metabolism is not stationary.
Yeah.
It changes all the time. And if you tell your body to be more efficient, it'll become more efficient. And it's really good at being efficient. It is much more challenging to make your body less efficient with calories or to burn more calories. So if you tell it to burn less calories, it will, and it'll do it effectively. And then you'll get stuck in this position where you're eating nothing and working out like crazy, and then eventually give up. And that's when they hire us, and we got to switch everything out. So
that's it.